is just living, as each day, like in a dream, goes by without leaving no trace, but fleeting memories, at times regrets, at other times a little happiness. Writing, on the other hand, is like a necessary evil, so to say, a constant struggle to define what in a way doesn't need to be defined. Writing gives us wings large enough to fly above the too human tragicomedy, in order to report the fallacies, the pains, the anguish, as well as the rest. In other words, life, because life is after all fiction, a byproduct of the mind, an altered function of the imaginary apparatus. For those who have eyes to see, writing may become second nature, a daily exercise leading to a unique challenge, transcending life. This one is called New York Hero in the Wind. And then there was the verb, the ability to make sense through abstract notions, dreams explained, mythology transmitted, century after century, collective consciousness seeking higher, higher, higher grounds, to rise and eventually reach from within the most evident truth, the spirit, spirit chasing stars, galaxies, planets, angels, archangels, to become God, the ultimate principle, the Alpha and the Omega, the end and the beginning. Wake up, people. Wake up. We are all interconnected, different and also one. For one begets two, and two a third, and then comes the multitude. That's what the Tao Te Ching referred to. Follow the course of the river, the flow, and walk the path. Walk the path. Until you pass away. It's as simple as that. Until you pass away. And in the meantime, let's listen to the music, for it carries in its trail the memory of the dead and the energy of the living, spiritual awakening, touching, caressing, achieving nothing, but until we meet again. This is my mind, and these are my visions. This one is called Silent Room, No More Compromises. Well, she said, in an almost indifferent voice, well, we must part and bid farewell to such ridiculous notions, childish assumptions, like forever, constantly closed, without limits whatsoever. We must part and enjoy, celebrate life once and for all, for you know and should forgive me, because the only constant is change. Although I almost believed for a little while we could share that thing, this objectionable idea of two minds celebrating each day without the usual prejudices. I must admit I love my freedom more than thee, so if you don't mind, how could you disagree with me? So please, sign your name right there on these divorce papers and give me back my opinions, my songs, my moods, my private moments, my tears, my laughters, and most of all my truth unaltered by your limited and biased views. I don't love you and never did, and that's all she said in an almost peaceful voice. You look at your neighbor, you look at me, you look at your wife, your husband, your children, your politicians, your stars, your dog, your cat, your best friends, your enemies, your co-workers, your boss, your days at work, your vacations, your car, your house, your mortgage, your bank account, your new suit, your new dress, your new world, your losses, your gains, yourself. You look at your computer, you look at your phone, you look at the weather, the sky, the sea, the trees, the raindrops. You look at the hours, the days, the weeks, the absence of malice. You look at your hatred, your love, your compassion, your lack of it, your impatience, your silences, your talks, your nonsense, your sex, your climaxes, your comings and goings, your spread open legs, your caresses, or lack of it, your obsessions, your pornography, your erotism, your dates. You You look at your flip-flops, your panties, your underwears, your phone number, your shopping list, your days off, your weekend, your last conversation, your last argument, your hands, your feet, your nose, your eyes, your chest, your breast, your ass, your knees. You look at your church, your religion, your wants, your needs, your dreams. You look at your lips, your teeth, your bad breath, your fresh breath, your time, your drugs, your yoga, your diets, your escapes, your landscapes, your mind, your memories, your childhood, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your instincts, your intuitions, your ways, your life. You look at your neighbor, you look at me, what do you really see? Alright, this one is called walls. Walls. Walls established by perverted people, refusing to address the real issues. Walls made of too much contempt, the thinly veiled fears of your neighbors when they see you one afternoon arrive with something like a smile on your face, because nothing happened today but just a light of days. Walls to crush the differences and make everyone uniform, perfectly adjusted individuals, as the head doctor will say, spinning ounces after ounces of raw emotions into a syrupy and acceptable brew. Walls to make wars, walls to dominate, walls to repress, walls to limit, walls to inhibit, walls to diminish, walls to serve a sorry master, an ignorant and repressed little man or woman, walls to turn truth into lies, walls to remind you can be this and you can be that and more, walls to turn you into an obedient slave, a non-existent entity, a self-effaced, non-proclaimed defeat. Walls like turbines from powerful engines, creating more and more velocity so you can forget about audacity and the sweetness of your sweetest dreams. Walls to keep you in line, ready to jump and shake a sorry flag. Walls to castrate, mutilate, execute, rape, silence, kill for pleasure's sake. Walls filled with pictures of loved ones, naked and pushed into mass graves. Walls to tear your heart apart so hope never grows there. Walls to keep us silent and agitated, worried and exhausted. Walls built by international banks, corporations, sucking nations' blood so more walls can be constructed. Walls to worship Moloch, walls to enjoy pain and suffering, walls to exterminate, walls to shut the voice of music, the voice of poets, writers and free thinkers, walls to make the hopeless comply, walls to make me weep, walls in my mind, walls in your mind, inexistent in fact, like fake excuses to repress a necessary and vital urge, for behind the walls hide a brother and a sister. Walls. So this one is called Sorry Advice to Annihilate Headaches. Take the boredom of the peace. Take the boredom of the peace, like shattered door hinges dislocated by a bloody fist. Take the boredom of the peace. Take the boredom of the peace. Don't make up statues to gratify your sorry ego. There is only one common denominator, a factor that takes you by the guts and most of the time eludes you. Take the boredom of the peace. Take the boredom of the peace. Deliver blows after blows to a unique dilemma, a constant damnation, getting hold of your most troublesome fears, and like Dante, go to hell once in a while to see how it feels to stumble and mumble on the same old issues. Take the boredom of the peace. Take the boredom of the peace. Make peace with boredom and move on to less rigid horizons. Take the boredom of the peace, but ultimately leave off the tiresome and boring emotional bullshit.
Oh yeah!
Alright, this one is called Utopia We Must See. We want change for a change, not small change for fear of change. Change like mutations in the human sphere, as the human mind learns to decipher the signs. We want change, no more political circus, like being a shopper at Toys R Us, real level-headedness, compassion and kindness. We want change for a change. It's not about freedom of a race or gender anymore. It's about total freedom, short of all bondages, physical, material and spiritual. We want change, real change, so people of the earth can finally call each other brothers and sisters. A world without frontiers, a world without injustice, a world without war, a world without prison, a world without fake television changes. We want change. So I guess we'll take a break or we continue? All right, you want to listen to a story? Two different parts of it, so here we are. New York City, December the 20th, 1998, 2 a.m. Alienation is a weak term to define my state of mind. The whistles produced by the heater remind me of my childhood days when a dreamy state seemed to permeate my world. The radio is also active and the broadcast pleasant to my difficult ears. A distant voice announced a piano piece by Mozart, Concerto No. 5 in E-flat major, executed on the piano by Emanuel Ax. Charles Baudelaire used to mention a dictionary as his favorite reading material. I have been running my fingers through the pages of an old and dusty American Heritage Dictionary of the English language. A really pompous term for an informative and always reliable companion. As far as the rest of the planet is concerned, I could perfectly live as a recluse, but like most, I have to pay the bills. Servitude from Anglo-French, servitude from Latin, servitudo, slavery from servus, slave. A condition in which one lacks liberty, especially to determine one's course of action or way of life. The extent of my contempt for the business I am involved in is immeasurable. Needless to say, to toil for long hours for someone or a fool posing as an authority in the domain is a constant insult to my intelligence. I enjoy lonely and desolate dives, usually in the early hours of the morning, preferably on a Monday or a Tuesday. I can fathom the weekends as they usually breed waves of intolerant conformists, finding in drunkenness the only form of expression at their disposition. This mindlessness, typical of a large part of society, disgusts me. Habit, a behavior pattern acquired by frequent repetition or physiologic exposure that shows itself in regularity or increased facility of performance. An acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. What about going to the same place every day and doing the exact same thing? Isn't it what one could call the death of the soul? I have met so many along the way who already had given up before it even started. Most because they fear the nature of change. Surely it will take a while to enumerate the reasons. Take a break and let somebody play with this little mic. I can feel your hair and your lips, the drunkenness that wine procures, your soft hands on my face, my abandonment in the moment, standing in the corner, sort of holding on to the bar, bathed in artificial lights. I speak, or rather I whisper in your ear, words of loss and regrets. Since the night is still young, I yearn for more excitement, more generous outcomes, to a life of dullness. I can feel the air you breathe, I can feel it in my sex, as the generous curves of your breast undulate like potent metaphors, making of us clay-like figures, sons and daughters of a long-forgotten God.